smash the like button if you're also shocked that Apollo Crews escapes yearly WWE cuts. The WWE has cut many superstars over the years with more potential and upside than Apollo Crews, but yet he never gets released. It's quite shocking, especially since he's a bland, bald-headed FUC.
I gotta admit, sexy-ass Cora Jade and Miss Jackson getting released, that caught me off guard. But the rest of the list was not shocking. Why are people shocked that Braun Strowman got released? What was Triple H doing with Braun Strowman? Hell, was Braun Strowman in the Royal Rumble? I forgot. Braun Strowman was a forgotten guy. Braun Strowman did his job. His job was to put over the next monsters of the next generation, like Bronson Reed, Jacob Fatu, guys like that. He done his job. He put over the next crop of monsters for the next generation. Now, let me educate you on the job description for Shawn Michaels and Triple H. Those two men, they book the shows. They don't release talent. Triple H and Shawn Michaels, they have no say-so on who gets released. By that same logic, why did Shayna Baszler get released? Triple H is a fan of Shayna Baszler. That's proof. Triple H has no power on who gets released. I think maybe 4 years ago, they announced that they have yearly evaluations for the roster. Who has upside and who doesn't have upside. Those are the men, those are the females who get released. Talent who have no more upside for the company. So if we feel like you're floundering and you're useless, we will release you because you have no more upside. Why should we pay you and waste your time and waste our time? So most of these cuts were accurate. Joe Coffey and Mark Coffey, those two men have no more upside. They've been here for the past 8 years and they have never stepped foot on the main roster. Okay, by that same logic, you have no more upside. Unless you want to be a trainer, you have no business as a lifer in NXT. Joe Coffey and Mark Coffey, they've been here since the early NXT UK days. That's forever. That means you have no more upside. You are just a lifer in NXT, which means your spot is replaceable. You are expendable. NXT is developmental. You've been here for over 8 years. That means you're not developing by that same logic. So, there's only 2 people on this list that you should be shocked that got released, and that's sexy-ass Cora Jade and sexy-ass Miss Jackson. Man, I can't believe Miss Jackson got released. She is sexy as fuck. Hell, I think she's more attractive than Sasha Banks. Man, I feel like Miss Jackson had Sasha Banks light upside on the main roster. I don't know why she got released. But Cora Jade was the most shocking release because she was a homegrown talent. She's been here since the 2.0 days. And she was super young with tons of upside. So there's tons of people that are saying, well, she always gets hurt. She always gets injured. Okay, so she's young. You can overcome that. Cora Jade can overcome her injuries. Not so much Dakota Kai. But Cora Jade, yes, based on her age, she can overcome those injuries. So why release her? Because CM Junk is a massive fan of Cora Jade. But let's talk about Gigi Dolan. Now, was that surprising? Yes and no. Based on where she came from, I'm talking about Toxic Attraction. That was a great group. But the moment Randy Rose left, man, she was done. And the fact that Gigi has no more cakes. What happened to the ass of Gigi Dolan? That ass was drawing money. But for some strange reason, she lost weight. And now she has no more ass. What the fuck happened? I think that's why Gigi got released. I think that's why Shawn Michaels stopped pushing Gigi. Because she has no more cakes. She has no more ass. What the fuck happened? That ass was drawing money. That ass was drawing ratings. I dare you to tell me that I'm lying. Ever since Gigi lost her ass, she lost her push. Ever since that big butt got deflated like a flat tire, her push was gone ever since. Yes, I used to be a huge fan of Miss Dolan. But the fact that she lost that big ass butt, man, I said, no, man, I'm done with Gigi. Listen, without that ass, what good is Gigi Dolan? Because she's not very charismatic. She doesn't have tons of personality. So without that ass, she's boring. That's why she lost her push. Shawn Michaels only likes super thick females. He only likes females who have thickness. Look at sexy ass Stephanie V. he only likes females who have the thickness. Okay, for example, I'm not wrong. Look at Nikita Lyons. This female gets hurt every fucking month. Every time Miss Lyons comes back, she gets hurt. But she's still employed, right? She's still employed. Why? Because she's super thick. Shawn Michaels likes super thick females. He feels like they have upside for the casuals. You see, that's my point. You want to say Cora Jade always gets hurt, and that's why Cora Jade got released. Well, what about Miss Lyons? She's been hurt for the past 4 years. We barely see her. Every time Miss Lyons makes a comeback, she gets hurt, but she's still here. TKO have not released Miss Lyons because they know that ass on Miss Lyons draws them money. So that's why Gigi Dolan got released. She lost her thickness. She has no character. She doesn't have tons of charisma. That's why she got released. There's no more upside. There's no more potential with Gigi Dolan in the World Wrestling Federation. Her big butt used to be her whole identity. But the fact that she has no more big butt, she's done. Let that be a lesson to all you females. It's not always a good thing to lose weight. If you're not obese, do not lose weight. Do not lose the thickness. So, what are my thoughts about Shayna Baszler? That was not a shock because she's getting older. She has no more upside in the World Wrestling Federation. Her job was to be a jobber. And for some strange reason, this female made threats to Jade Cargill. That's when I knew, oh yeah, she's done. This female is trying to run a fade with the cash cow, the company cash cow, who is Jade Cargill. I'm like, oh yeah, Shayna is done. This female said, I would kick Jade Cargill's ass. I want to beat her ass. I'm like, huh? Guess what? That was a shoot. That was not a work. She meant it. And guess what? She's gone now. I'm hearing she had locker room heat with Jade Cargill, and now Shayna is gone, and rightfully so. I'm like, bitch, take your ass back to mixed martial arts. Yes, we know you're a badass, but this is fake pro wrestling. Jade Cargill is not trying to fight you. Grow up. Oh yeah, by the way, Shayna Baszler was better under Vince McMahon on the main roster compared to Triple H. Let that sink in. I'm sorry, but us as fans, we need to investigate Apollo Crews. Why is Apollo Crews still here? I don't get it. It's going on damn near 6 years. This man has been escaping these cuts from the Vince McMahon era all the way to the Triple H era. I don't get it. You released Baron Corbin, but not Apollo Crews. What? You released Braun Strowman, but not Apollo Crews. You released Jade Cargill, but not Apollo Crews. You released Cameron Grimes, but not Apollo Crews. How is he doing this? I think Apollo Crews has secrets. I think Apollo Crews has company secrets that he is holding over this company. That's the only explanation on why Apollo Crews has not been released. I think Apollo Crews is blackmailing Triple H. He's blackmailing Nick Khan. Apollo Crews has some dirt on this company. Maybe that's why they don't want to release him. That's the only explanation that I could think of. Bruh, Karrion Kross got released 4 years ago, but not Apollo Crews. Samoa Joe got released 2 times, but not Apollo fucking Crews. Does Apollo Crews have an audio tape of Triple H saying something bad? Maybe, because that's the only explanation that I could think of. You release Giovanni Vinci, but not Apollo Crews. You released Eddie Thorpe, but not Apollo Crews. That's insane in the motherfucking membrane. Or, here's what I think. Maybe Apollo Crews has a job lined up as a trainer at the PC. Maybe that's why they don't want to release Apollo Crews. Maybe this man has a job lined up with the World Wrestling Federation as a coach and trainer, because Baron Corbin had a better career than Apollo Crews on their main roster, and yet they released Baron Corbin, but not Apollo Crews. Why? Nobody gives 2 shits about Apollo Crews, based on the fact that he's a bland, bald-headed fuck. Hold up, they released Commander Aziz, but not Apollo Crews. That's insane. I can go on and on. They released Jinder Mahal, but not Apollo fucking Crews. They released Cedric Alexander, but not Apollo Crews. So what do I think about Katana Chance and Kaden Carter getting released? That was not shocking. They had no character. Their gimmick was they were party animal ravers. That's not good. That's a cringe gimmick that will never get over. And guess what? It didn't. I did not believe in their gimmick. Their gimmick made no sense. It was a Burning Man raver gimmick. That's what it was. That's whack. You know what? Let me rephrase that. They had a Coachella concert gimmick. Bruh, that is fucking stupid. That gimmick was never going to get over. Also, some guy named Riley Osborne got released. I'm sorry, but I don't know who the fuck that I'm sorry, but I don't know who the fuck who the fuck is Riley Osborne? Is he related to Ozzy Osbourne? Who the fuck is Riley Osborne, my nigga? Hell, I didn't know Ozzy Osbourne had a fake pro wrestler grandson. Also, the release of Eddie Thorpe adds on to my credibility when it comes to talking about fake pro wrestling. A couple of months back, I made a video saying that the NXT men's division was at its worst state of all time. Because if you're pushing Eddie Thorpe as a main event guy, that means you have a shit men's division. Was I wrong? Nope. Also, I tried to warn you about Dakota Kai. I told you, calm down on Miss Kai, because a lot of you people were saying she should be the female IC heavyweight champion. And I said, hell no, it should be Ivy Nile. So let's do the math. Who got released? Ivy Nile or Dakota Kai? I'll wait. Like I said, Ivy Nile deserved to be the female IC heavyweight champion and not Dakota Kai. I was right.